Welcome to the Canon in 5. We take the most reputable books in history and distill them for you. Every video covers one chapter, explained in simple words through 5 key points. So here is what you need to know from today's reading.
We're kicking things off with this powerful quote from Nietzsche because, honestly, it gets right to the heart of what we're talking about today. We're looking at a psychological tool for finding your why in this crazy modern world.
And boy, is that idea about having a why more relevant than ever. I mean, does this feel familiar? So many of us feel adrift in what researchers are calling postmodern information-flooded societies. We're just overwhelmed by choice. But don't worry, there's a concept that can really act as our anchor. To really get our heads around this, we're going to break it down into these 5 key areas. So let's jump right in and start by defining what an inner compass even is. All right, so what is this thing, this tool that helps us find our direction, our own personal true north? The source gives it a name, the Authentic Inner Compass, or AIC for short. And look, this isn't some vague, fuzzy feeling. No, it's a really clear sense of knowing what is truly important to you based on core principles that feel genuinely your own. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because it connects to this big idea about freedom. You see, there are 2 kinds. On one hand, you have negative liberty. That's just freedom from people telling you what to do. It's about having a bunch of options. But having that authentic inner compass, that gives you positive liberty. That's the freedom to actually go after what you genuinely want. It's the huge difference between just having a menu of choices and knowing exactly what you want to order. So why is this such a big deal right now? I mean, is it really that important? Well, the source argues it's not just a nice to have, it's pretty much essential for dealing with the world we live in today. I mean, think about it. We are constantly bombarded. We're swimming in this sea of value confusion, overwhelming information, and this nonstop pressure to hop on the latest trend. If you don't have a strong inner compass, it's so easy to just get swept away. But a solid AIC, that's your anchor. It keeps you grounded so you can make choices that are actually right for you, not just what everyone else is doing. Okay, so if this compass is so important, what's it actually made of? Let's take a look under the hood. It's not just one single thing. It's more like a hierarchy of principles. As you can see here, the AIC is really built on 2 levels. It all starts with your foundation. That's the bedrock, right? Your core values, your personal interests. Then, growing out of that foundation, you build your long-term goals and commitments. The key thing to get here is that it all flows from that authentic base. So let's dig into that foundation a little more. What's in it? Well, it's made of 2 main ingredients. First, you've got these general values that pretty much all humans need to thrive. You know, things like caring, fairness, and personal growth. But then there's the second part, your own unique personal preferences. These are the things that make you, you. Your specific interests, your natural temperament, all the stuff that feels deeply and authentically your own. All right, we figured out what it is and what it's made of. But so what? Why go to all the trouble of cultivating one? Well, the research points to some really clear, tangible benefits for your overall well-being. And we're not talking about small stuff here. Having a firm inner compass is directly linked to having more energy and vitality, a powerful sense of meaning, and a feeling of being whole and consistent. It fuels your ability to persist in what you care about, and, this is a big one, it helps you resist harmful influences. And get this, it's not just a hunch. Studies from all over the world, places like China and Israel, have found this super strong link between having an AIC and being able to resist negative peer pressure. So it really is a universal resource for resilience. It gives you the strength to stand your ground when you're being pushed to do something that just doesn't sit right with your values. This all leads us to the big practical question. How do we actually build one? The research highlights 2 key practices that anyone, but especially parents and educators, can use to help cultivate this inner compass. They have some fancy names: inherent value demonstration and reflective AIC facilitation. Yeah, I know, it's a mouthful. Let's just break down what they actually mean in simple terms. So, the first one, inherent value demonstration, is basically learning by example. It's when you see people you look up to, like your parents or a mentor, living their own lives based on their authentic values. It's inspiring. The second one, reflective AIC facilitation, is more hands-on. That's when someone actively helps you figure out what your own values are. It's a powerful 1-2 punch, seeing it lived out by others and getting the support to discover it for yourself.
So, in the end, developing an authentic inner compass isn't about finding some single static answer. It's all about the reflective, ongoing process of asking yourself this fundamental question and then having the courage to live out the answer.